Hello and welcome back, gentlemen and ladies, and dogs and cats, whoever's watching. Hello to Polaris Sector Episode 2. So we were discussing the colonization of this oceanic planet here. Pollux 2. Now, I think it'd probably be worth doing it as long as I can get some combat ships ready. So what I'll do is, after we're done building the last few infrastructure buildings here for this Magellan, our Earth-like homeworld planet, we're gonna go ahead and build a few, let's say, strike corvettes. We'll do 2 or 3, maybe even 4. So they're each gonna take about 10 years to build. So actually, let's do 2 for now. We'll leave 1. No, we'll do 3. And I'm gonna do 3 because I'd like to leave 1 here at my homeworld. Then we'll leave 1 in this area, and then we'll bring 1 over to the future Pollux 2 colony. Let's go ahead and let these guys meet up, see who they are. We're gonna go catch them. See who it is. Oh, hello. It's the Argan hegemony. We are messengers of the Magellan Confederation who bow low before you. Okay, so that bow low before you is not like good English. If you're watching UFNV, I don't know what else you'd want to say, but definitely that wouldn't work. But we could probably talk about like your grammar and some of the stuff that's going on in game as far as the diplomacy setting or diplomacy options as you get closer. But who bow low before you definitely doesn't work very well in English. Anyways, please do us the honor of setting up a meeting with your government and accepting modest gifts from our home planet. That works. Yeah. The freedom-loving Argan people are happy to welcome messengers from outer space. What help do you need from the Argan nation? So, let's continue out to Reticulus. See if there's anything there. There's something to explore. A key for the warp container. I don't know what that means. I still don't know. Alright, so we've actually pushed out too far. We're not going to be able to get back if I go any farther, so let's hang back and take a look, see how our strike corvettes are building. We're building them up. Got factories building here and factories building here. Excellent. So, what do you got there? I bet you that was just one of their scouts. Alright, so let's actually take this one and we'll go up to Alula Borealis and explore some of these over here. But really, the great thing about this game too, that's something I really appreciate. I mean, there's just so many things about this game that really make it easier to play it, and I really love that this feels like the whole game feels like it's made for 4X lovers, because some of the game's mechanics really make the development of your empire and the planning of your empire much easier. And this is something else that I really like. So I can look at discovered planets, and I can immediately tell which ones are colonizable right now. So, Alcus 3, which is down there closest to the Aryans down here, that's an Earth-like planet, and that's colonizable. And then we actually have Reticulus 3, which is something that we already knew about. It's an Earth-like. Okay, so I know Pollux 2 had one. Oh, that's right. So, because it's not, it's already been planned to colonize. It's not my little discovered planets queue here. But the great thing is I can always check back. So if I'm just doing a bunch of scouting and I forget, I can come back and look to see where the colonizable planets are, which is just fantastic, isn't it? You can also set it up by planet list, by types, by economy policies, by production. I mean, just so many fantastic options here that I just really appreciate. We can also look at our fleets, especially when you start to develop a lot more fleets. This is also very helpful. And last but not least, you can look at your designs, take a look at how much they actually cost for production, and what their speed and range is, and whether or not they have armor and all sorts of good stuff. And this is a quick look, so you can also look and see what their weapons are. I mean, you can just tell this game was made with a lot of, forethought and consideration for the 4X player. So my hat's off to you. This is really shaping up. I know I'm just like oozing all over this, and I really do enjoy it and appreciate what it's doing. I mean, with with the base game, and then maybe some more love afterwards, like another, another expansion with individual tech trees for each race, and maybe some more like further asymmetry between races, because they play differently, but they play similarly as well. Their aesthetics are all different, which is great, but the small bonuses they have are a little difficult to really feel. They don't feel like they're super asymmetrical, which I think with a little bit more love and a little bit, maybe an expansion pack, I'm telling you, people are going to be talking about Polaris Sector. Anyways, so I'm done gushing over it for a second. I really want to find out how I can use their particular skill, which was like the cool like warp fields or whatever they were called. Not warp fields, but basically they were like gates, warp gates, and I don't know how to do that. I don't know. Maybe no. I'd really like to figure out how to do that. So we're gonna figure out how to do that. Does that sound like a plan? Nope. 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 I feel like it would have been a ship, and maybe I'm just not there yet. I mean, it feels like, from what I understood from the description, it sounded like I actually started with that technology, so it would be really good to figure out how to do it. Maybe it's a ship that I need to create. So let's take a look here. Maybe a freighter, and let's see. Let's go ahead and start a new prototype. We'll call it the Altair because that sounds badass. And then let's see what they have as far as specials go. Subversive. Oh, there we go. Stargate module. Alright, the Stargate module allows a fleet to be quickly and efficiently moved from one star system to another. To begin with, 2 ships are used, one of which is sent to the destination, while the other remains at the point of departure. Next, the modules are activated and the ships are disintegrated, thus creating a metastable wormhole capable of moving any object between star systems. Now, so, what I really like to see as far as this game goes is the Magellans being able to have a ship that starts with this. So UFNV, if you're actually watching, the hope would be that these guys start with a ship that has this Stargate module on it, because it needs it. So maybe let's try this. Back to the whole selection. Let's actually delete this. Let's take a troops carrier, maybe even a scout. Let's make a copy of it. And let's do worm creator. And because it's already got stuff here on it, right? That's what it should have. Yep. So it's got some engines and some what are these again? Standard fuel tanks, and then we've got nuclear reactors. So it's got all the stuff that I need, really. All it needs is a Stargate module that I probably don't have space for. So let's actually take a couple of these away. And there we go. Do I only need one? Wow, power balance just went out the window. Alright, so what I'll need to do to create more power oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make this. I do like the sound effects. Sound effects are awesome. I feel like I'm powering up my proton pack. Still 1,500 away. So let's take a few more of these away. What do you say? Hey, what do you say? Alright, let's do... Okay, I only need probably 2 more, right? Almost. Alright, so close. Alright, so there's enough power. These things are gonna be so... Oh, they're actually not that expensive. 14 years, 7 months to build. That's not crazy. So let's go ahead and give them more fuel, right? A little bit more fuel. How far can they go? They can go 1,100, which is actually really good. So I feel like this is a viable ship here. Let's call it something cooler now that it's actually going to be something I'm going to build. How about gate creator? There we go. So let's do that, and then let's build one. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No, 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 no. Crap. Alright, let's do this a couple more times. I only need the one. Power balance needs to be positive, especially with a non-combat ship. So, this is where I want to be, right here. Back to the whole selection. We're going to do gate creators. We're going to see how this works, because it would be fantastic to have a gate creator at CAF, and then one here at Pollux, once we actually build that colony, because then I could just quickly get back over there. And that would help out the whole situation. The whole situation. Yeah, the situation would be way better. So let's take a look and see if we can do that. They're building some strike corvettes. I'm gonna finish the strike corvettes, then I'll build the warp creator, the gate creators, and see how that works. It's probably not gonna be this episode. Sorry. Ooh, look at that. That's a freaking long time. Hopefully the factory at 11 years will make that much faster. Let's go ahead and start. Speed things up a little bit. Great thing is that at any time I can hit space, pausing everything. There's also a really fantastic set of autopause features here. So at any point you can actually have the game autopause, like pausing it exiting diplomacy screen, or pause when another race initiates talk. See, of course, again, there's some grammar things that I'd really love to take a pass at. Pause when exit science screen. So a lot of things. Pause when exit economic screen. So there's like all these setups that you can do to make sure that the game pauses when you need it. So a lot of options, a lot of great things. Let's keep going. All right. New research introduced, xenobiology, close and continue. Alright, so one of them's ready. Let's make the strike corvette, the first strike corvette. Oh my god, it can't even make its way over there. Shoot. Alright, well that's a problem. It can't actually get there. It's going to require 6,200. And it only comes with 5,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the strike corvette here. I'm going to edit it. Actually, I'm going to copy it. We're going to call it strike corvette. We're actually going to call this the ranged corvette. Whoa, glitch. And what we'll do is add some... I'm going to add some standard fuel tanks to this thing. If I can. I don't know that I'm going to be able to. It's likely why it's not loaded with these things. So it's got, oh, it's right at a power balance of 0, which means if I take any of these generators away, it's going to change. It's got ion guns here at the top. Yeah, there's really nothing I can do here. So I guess what it is my defensive capabilities are pretty limited, at least range-wise. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Undo action. Alright, so what does that mean for everybody here? It means that I'm probably only going to build one instead, maybe two tops. Let's take out this one. And I'll have to end up building one at... Let's do the factory here. And what I'll do is I'm actually going to... I'm going to go ahead and make this an industrialization planet. And use it as sort of like the, you know, the industry powerhouse for this particular sector of my planets. And amp up the production. And once the production is a little bit higher, I'll use it to build, because like right now I think building a Corvette would, hey, I can't even build it. But B, it would probably take a long time once I could. So let's take out the research center. We're gonna do the factory, the police, make sure we don't go screaming downhill, and then we'll check back in a little bit to see what it ends up doing. Okay, so it is building another factory. That's great. And then I'm thinking, because I think you need, what is it? There's not really that big of deposits for either of those. But I'm guessing that I'll need something else. What do I need? Lacking required production facilities. I don't actually know what I need. I've never actually paid attention to what gets built before I can do that. And it doesn't look like any of those are it. Huh. Maybe we'll build some fighters in the meantime. You know what I could do? Actually, what I'll do, because that would make sense, is to come over to CAF and see what it is that they've got here. Because I feel like there is something here that's like orbital shipyard. There we go. So if I'm not able to build one yet, maybe I haven't researched it yet. That might be it. So let's go through orbital shipyards. Where are you? I see the frigates. Already researched. Is there a orbital shipyard in this group? Alright, I don't see one, so I think that's what it is that we haven't researched orbital shipyards yet. Alright, well, let's see, military base, locked potential research, orbital research center, but I don't see anything about orbital shipyards. View options, filter already researched, show points and science name. Oh, look at that. I like that. Brief information. Oh, that's brief information in the tech list. No, I like it the way it is right here. Alright, well, I'm going to guess that I just don't have orbital shipyards researched yet, and I'll have to look into it a little bit more to figure out where they are in the research tree. Because without them, I'm not going to be able to build anything larger than fighters. So we'll continue on. We'll actually use the scout here too. We won't just let him sit idle. See what's going on at Tijat. Nothing. What about Bide? There's an oceanic planet, which is actually closer and probably easier to defend. So I'm going to use that one instead. Let's see what the organics are. Like, okay, great. So it's actually going to be great. We'll use that instead. It's going to be easier to defend, like I said, because it's in my own little corner. And as long as these aren't connected, which they're not, fantastic. All right. Uh-oh. Oh, it can get back to that, though. All right. It was telling me that it couldn't get back to CAF, even though it said that I had enough fuel to get back, but I had enough fuel to get back to Botine. Botine! Alright, let's go ahead and work some diplomacy here. The Aryans are close by, so let's go ahead and see if we can get them... Let's get them working with us. So we've heard of the power of the... We gladly offer our economic cooperation. Oh, great. So they're actually good with entering an economic union with me, which I like. Let's continue on with more. Let's see about using open borders to research ships. Sees no benefit. All right. Well, I guess that's probably as much as I'm going to get out of them right now. So we have an economical treaty. And I don't really think I need anything from them. So let's let that treaty like sort of set in for a little bit. We'll come back and see if we can work it a little bit more. All right, guys. I think this is a good opportunity to call it an episode. Come back, episode 3. We'll be doing our best to figuring out. Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna do my best to figure out what the hell I need to do to get the orbital platforms, the orbital shipyards, and build some ships, yo. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys next episode. Later.